I think it was the other things that were destroying your conviction. I get it. Just go back to intraday, my brother. Trust me. You'll be good. Go back to what you were doing before when you brought your account green with those amazing trades. Like, stick with that mentality. Do the intraday. You'll be fine. All right. We're going to start the Newsbeat show right here shortly. Let's go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, why you need to turn short-term bearish today, right now. We're going to show you the Apple topping out call in real time. Is the general back? Is Bed Bath & Beyond good for anything except for those silly 20% off coupons, our precise daily stock levels, our game plan in Forex, as well as our full stock analysis? I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Our full agenda today. There's so many things to take a look at. Oh my goodness, it's almost pushing the bottom of the screen. Why you need to turn short-term bearish today. So if you remember what we were saying on Sunday night, again, we take active stances against acting like Captain Hindsight here. And again, so many positive responses we got from the other video. Traders who are not showing, they're not showing their proceed gains. And, the cost basis and proceeds is the key thing on if you could follow a trader in his trades. That is the key metric to use. Cost basis and proceeds. Showing a P&L is not effective enough anymore. You have to show cost basis and proceeds. Otherwise, you're chasing a dream that you'll never catch. I got such positive feedback from you guys. Thank you so much. Let's talk about now on our agenda why you need to be bearish today. So Sunday night, we were talking that we were going to have a red week. Coincidentally, the very next day, on Monday, we got decimated. Then what happened today? We come in and we put a doji. Now, I listened to some other broadcasters out there, and they're like, yeah, well, generally after this happens, you put in a day like this. And I'm sitting there and I think and I wonder, and some people emailed me saying, that person didn't say it this morning in the room. It's very easy for me to look at a chart and tell you what already happened. It is one of the way that people try to make themselves look knowledgeable when in fact they're just trying to cover airtime. So what we do here in the Newsbeat show, what you'll actually realize is if you look on top, you notice it says June 27th. Today is June 26th in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. It is June 26th, and we put in June 27th because we have to show you what's going to happen tomorrow and discuss it today. So that agenda that you see is always a day ahead. It's not because I have a broken calendar, it's because we're always analyzing the day ahead. Otherwise, if I am not bringing you that sort of value, we are not bringing you any value at all. That's why this is the most watched show in the entire Facebook Live video community. That's why this is the #1 show in the T3 Live YouTube community, because we do these things and we do it with phenomenal accuracy. So let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, as the agenda very clearly states, why you need to turn bearish today. Why? Now, I know what some of you guys are going to say. Oh, Mark, I'm taking a look at the weekly here of the triple Qs and it looks like this and everything looks bullish. And I'm like, yes, anyone can see that. Congratulations. You are phenomenal at what you do. Congratulations. Great call. Sick call. Now, let's talk about what can happen this week. Let's talk about what can happen tomorrow. If you go up, you're bearish. If you go down, you're bearish. If you go sideways, you're bearish. Do you notice a trend here? Let's talk about those three scenarios and how I will treat them. Let's talk about those three scenarios and how I'll treat them. I'm actually going to draw it out for you guys. I was really good at drawing stick figures as a kid. I'm probably one of the worst artists on the planet. And I know some of you guys who are good at drawing are probably going to cringe. But you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Because I have to show you what can potentially happen here And I want to show you, right now the Qs are showing gapped up after hours, I believe. Yeah, we're at once we're gapped up 31 cents. To me, whatever. I'm happy moving up. I'm actually long overnight here. But let me show you why you need to start turning bearish. Let me show you why it is of utmost importance that we turn bearish. So let's say you get a candle. Oh God, I know. Cringe all you want. Let's say we get a candle that looks like this tomorrow. And yeah, I know. I don't even want you to tell me what that looks like. Let's use our imaginations. I have a 3-year-old and he has such a vivid imagination and he's playing with dinosaurs and he thinks dinosaurs make the noise like raw. And he's sitting there and there's a mommy dinosaur and a baby dinosaur. And even though they're two completely different breeds between a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Velociraptor, he puts them together and he acts like they're one family and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So work with me. My 3-year-old can get the point of these charts. So can you. So let's say we're going to put in this. This is scenario one. So the green is scenario one. So I'll just put scenario one right there. Let's talk about this color as scenario two, where you put in a bar that looks like this, where you put in an inside doji again. That's number two. And number three is a bar that looks like this. Okay, that's number three. Now, using our imagination and my absolute awful drawing skills, bear with me. Number one is the green bar, that orangish, beigeish thing is number two, and the red bar is number three. Notice what I did. Please keep some scale of comparison here. If number one happens, let's talk about if number one happens. If this thing happens right here, if number one happens, I am buying overnight puts. I'm telling you now because some of you are just watching on YouTube and Facebook, and I want to bring you value now. If you're a member of our room, I'll tell you in real time before 4 o'clock exactly the positions I'm taking, right? I can't tell you before 4 o'clock the positions I'm taking tomorrow because I have no idea, and I'm a reactionary trader. That's why I'm consistent because I'm a reactionary trader. Market does something I needed to do, I react. Market does something I don't need it to do, I wait. Looking at this scenario here, this to me is the best case scenario. Is number one. This is the best case scenario. Why this is the best case scenario, why this is the best case scenario for me, number one, is because you're going to form what's called, drumroll, rising wedge. You form a rising wedge tomorrow. You put in candle number one and you close like, oh, look, we're pushing back up. Psych. I'm buying puts right before the close. We're going to get crushed on Thursday. That's my thought. Right? We're talking ahead of time, right? I'm already telling you what I'm planning for on Thursday based on tomorrow's trade. So option number two is this candle right here. Option number two is this little thing right here that I circled in white. If that happens, guess what I'm doing? You ready? That's going to be a triangle wedge on a doji, considering you don't break today's high or low tomorrow. And what else you're going to notice is the volume. If we get number two, or one or two, the volume is going to look like this. Come back to this video. Prove me wrong. Act like I don't know the way the algorithms work, and I'm going to show you how we called the top of the entire market and Apple today in real time. But that's the volume tomorrow, and I'm predicting the volume tomorrow. Can't be Captain Hindsight. This is Captain Omniscience, Captain Clairvoyance. That's what the volume looks like tomorrow on the triple Qs on the daily if we put in number one or two. Now, if we put in number three, the volume tomorrow is going to look, I'll draw it right next to it. The volume tomorrow is going to look like this. Fill it in. It's going to be like that. You get the picture? So you're either going up, looking bearish, going sideways, looking bearish, or going down and looking very bearish. The only difference is number one and two are easier to catch than number three. Okay? Does that make sense? You guys get it? You guys get exactly what I'm saying? You go up, bearish. You go sideways, bearish. You go down, Very bearish. Easy enough. I love you guys. All right. Since I am Captain Algorithm over here, leader of the free world when it comes to algos, member of the Triple Q's fan club, all these prestigious titles, we're going to show you our Apple call in real time today. So in the room, we're watching, and then we're going to show you how we did it. So first of all, I believe in algorithmic trend lines. And the reason I believe in it is because I know they're effective, and I know that some of the biggest black box firms, the majority, actually almost all of them, the profitable ones, use trend lines within their black box analysis. So right here, we had overhead resistance right here on Apple. Let's translate it to a 5 minute. This yellow line you see up here, check it out. Apple comes through, breaks through, goes into the 186.40s. We buy Apple puts. I'm like, guys, I'm buying Apple puts right here. I think Apple could head lower. I know Apple was actually upgraded today, but we went ahead and we bought Apple puts here. Apple fell. I threw away my position, took quick profits. Some of the traders in the room actually held this, and these Apple puts actually went up well over 100% as the stock plummeted to $184. We bought 185 puts right at the dead top of Apple. And the beautiful thing about it is, so basically, right at 2 o'clock, we were buying Apple puts. So I ask you guys, look at what, so other people were taking other things. Look at what Amazon did after 2 o'clock. Look at what Netflix did after 2 o'clock. Look what Google did. Right here is 2 o'clock right here. Look what Google did after 2 o'clock. The point was you didn't need to buy Apple puts. You could have bought puts in anything. Triple Qs, spiders. I guarantee you, even financials probably looked a little funky after two. Nope, I'm wrong. Financials went up. But all the tech stocks actually, for the most part, were getting crushed. Like Micron dropped right here, even though it held up strong. Bottom line is, Apple was a top out call. A lot of people were shorting the other 5,000 names because here's the bottom line. There we go. The Qs after 2 o'clock right here. This is where we shorted Apple, started to fall down. And that's why we were able to call it, because we knew the algorithms, we knew the black boxes were going to be selling there. That is the power of algorithmic analysis. Your analysis should be able to predict the future like that. That's why we run this show. That's why this has become such a great hit. Is the General back? I took General Electric calls right by the end of the day here. Is the General back? So if you don't know what happened with General Electric, they're spinning off the company. They're getting rid of $18 billion in debt with their GE healthcare unit, and they spun off the company, and General Electric exploded to the upside. Let me tell you what's going to happen today. So first of all, let's talk about what happened this morning on General Electric in the pre-market. They basically got bashed, and let me tell you why I disagree with this. So JP Morgan came out keeping an underweight rating on General Electric, refused to upgrade it. I think analysts are going to come out against JP Morgan tomorrow. We're talking about analyst predictions tomorrow. Do you remember how we did that effectively in Netflix when I said Netflix is going to get upgraded with huge targets and we crushed Netflix? Guess what? I'm doing it again with General Electric. I'm predicting tomorrow. I don't have these analyst numbers on my cell phone. And if they did call, I probably wouldn't pick up. But with that being said, look at this beautiful breakout here in General Electric. You see this beautiful breakout here? I think General Electric tomorrow is going to break $14. Now, it's at 13.74. You think, that's not that bold of a call. General Electric, a 26-cent move, is a very bold call. And as a result, I'm actually going to have that be my game plan name today, General Electric. As you could see, bullish trigger 1394. I think General Electric is actually going to break out from yesterday's high. If we're blessed, I do have $14 calls. I think I paid 12, 13 cents. One of those two for the $14 calls expiring this week. Just a small lotto to be part of it. I could go heavier tomorrow if I need 1356 pullback for support, 1394 breakout on General Electric. Next on my list is I'm actually sharing Bed Bath & Beyond because I ask you guys the question, are they good for anything except for those 20% coupons? And I don't know anybody who is brave enough to step into a Bed Bath & Beyond without a 20% coupon. Yes, I'm talking to you, and yes, you know that's true. Stepping into a Bed Bath & Beyond without a 20% coupon is like jumping into a swimming pool with a suit on. You're like, oh, I forgot I didn't bring my bathing suit. Oh, I'll just go with full shirt and tie into a swimming pool, and you could be, that weird dude in a movie who was like, I'm just such a cool guy that I'm just going to go in the swimming pool with my suit. Wait till my wife comes out and kills me because the chlorine destroyed the fabrics and I can't even dry clean it. They don't show you that part of the movie. Bed Bath & Beyond is reporting tomorrow after hours. I, period, will, period, buy Bed Bath & Beyond tomorrow. I'm buying it. Do I care what it does tomorrow? Yes, I hope it goes down because I want to buy it cheaper. Now, how confident am I in this? Not super confident. Confident enough to tell you guys what I'm doing ahead of time. Confident enough to put my money where my mouth is. I think Bed Bath & Beyond is a value play. Now, this is not the same Mark Melnick who has been bashing this stock ever since it was in the 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s. I was even bashing it down here. But you know what? And they keep dropping every earnings, by the way. If you look at BedBay, you see these gap downs, that's earning gap down. You see this gap down right here, this space, earnings. You see this space and the gap down, earnings. Now, all of a sudden, Mark Melnick is coming out bullish on Bed Bath & Beyond. You're damn right I'm coming out bullish on Bed Bath & Beyond. And let me tell you exactly why I'm bullish on Bed Bath & Beyond and why I am choosing to take this position bullishly tomorrow before they report after hours earnings. You want to know something simple and stupid? Let me show you something simple and stupid. You see this? $2.8 billion. That's not a lot for a Bed Bath & Beyond. This number used to be well over 10 billion. So what happened? They're losing market share to people who don't feel like shopping for random garbage items around the house. Oh, look, I got a new knife set. I mean, all right. I got a pillow. Wow, we know how hard that is to find. But look at this. You see that? $6.50 PE ratio. You see that? You see their earnings per share? They're earning $3 per share. This company is earning 15% of where they are trading at right now. They are paying a respectful, based on the current price, a 3% dividend. All right, I get it. The company has issues. Let's talk about their total cash on hand. They have 724 million and they have about 1.49 or about twice as much in debt. That's not horrible. Their book value is $21. This stock, oh my god, 20% of the shares are 20% of the shares are short. This is a short squeeze opportunity. I know I've been sitting here bashing Bed Bath & Beyond, but remember, this is the same Mark Melnick who was bashing Macy's and bought Macy's and is up little less than 100% on my Macy's from the beginning of the year. And I was bashing Macy's I was kicking it on the curb. And I was doing the same to this company. And I'm not going to be Captain Hindsight and talk about, oh, look, their earnings are so good. Oh, look, it gapped up. No, I'm coming to you today. I went to you yesterday. I went to you the day before, and I'm telling you, I am buying Bed Bath & Beyond. It's a good risk reward. All right? All the analysts hate this name. I don't care what they think. I think the analysts are Captain Hindsight. These are the same imbeciles who is upgrading Bed Bath & Beyond when it was a 60, 70, $80 stock are the same imbeciles who are keeping neutral and sell ratings now that the stock is 20 bucks. All right. In fact, if you really want to make money, do the opposite of what all these analysts are saying. You'll do a lot better. I'm going to buy $20 calls most likely, maybe 20 and a halves, 21s. The truth is, if one works, they should all work. But that's what I'm doing tomorrow. My heart is set on buying $20 calls in Bed Bath & Beyond. I am bullish fundamentally in the name. Now, this earning season is the time for Bed Bath & Beyond to turn around. How about some precise algorithmic levels for you guys? Okay. So again, you know what I do with these levels? I wait. I put in the level and I wait. They hit, great. If they don't, great. I ignore it. So let's take you real simple over, again, I think I could show you, I'm using these trend lines here for the support and resistance in the triple Qs. I'd rather just comment on it rather than talk about exactly where I got the level. They're based on all trend lines. 100% of my levels are based on trend lines that you see here, and I offer a class on it. You could look at a description in the link, or you could just really hear my commentary on it. As I explained to you before, I am extremely bearish in the triple Qs. We go up tomorrow, I'm bearish for an overnight. We go sideways tomorrow, I'm bearish for an overnight. We start plummeting, I might or might not be bearish for an overnight. If we start plummeting, then I'll just say, okay, I'm right? So again, I'm not the type of person who likes to put myself in a situation where I'm always right, like those moronic analysts who downgrade a stock and then put a higher target on something. Like you know those analysts, like they take $100 stock, but they'll downgrade it to neutral and then put a $120 target on it. And you're like, huh? So you mean it could go up $20, but you're downgrading it? So you mean if it goes down, you're right, and if it goes up, you're right? If it goes sideways, you're right? And I almost feel like I did that with you guys here in the queues. And that's why I didn't do that, because I explained to you exactly my thoughts. So let me keep it simple. If you see the queues tomorrow breaking 171.37, that's today's low, look out below. Look out below. The pre-market volume in the triple Qs is going to tell you an important story tomorrow as a trader. If you see that volume like elevated to like let's call the triple Q by 9:30 a.m. Let's spell it out. I don't want to sound vague ever, because I can't stand people sound vague. It's like, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Tell me your conviction. And that's why I run the room the way I do. Guys, I'm buying it here. Guys, I'm shorting it here. Guys, this is what I'm doing, because we, ex- teaching somebody the way you think and then running a room and actually performing with the way you think are two different things. I pride myself on the fact that you guys around me can make money. That's my pride and joy. In English, you start seeing the queues with 700,000 shares or more by 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? That's the opening bell. You see 700,000 shares on the queues. I don't care if it's up or down at that point. That's irrelevant. All right, who cares? You have 50 cents on the queues. You have over 700,000 shares. Bearish, 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 bearish. Don't fall for the BS. Don't fall for the long trade if you see that. So I'm spelling it out for you. I don't know what kind of volume the Qs will have tomorrow morning by 9:30. I have no idea. If it's lighter, you probably get that first case scenario in which I showed you on that first bar. If you're joining us here late, look at the beginning of the video and you could see it. You'll get that little lowered volume bar to the upside. Maybe you'll make money. Congratulations to all those who crushed Netflix with me today, who crushed Netflix. Made just under $10,000 taking that Netflix overnight long. What a phenomenal play. Other than that, my intraday trading was slow, sluggish, and I think I made like, what was it, like a little over $100 on intraday trading today. Netflix overnight made my day. That was my entire day. I made less than $200 today, let's put it that way, intraday trading. I only did a couple trades. I wasn't, I didn't do 30, 40 trades. I just did a couple trades. Like, it was inside and dead. So I was telling people not to hit the gas pedal. So on the Qs, look for a break of today's low. I didn't share with you the spiders. Same thing on the spiders, except the spider volume is 1.1 million. So by 9:30 a.m., if you see spider volume 1.1 million or higher, I don't care if the spiders are down at that point. I don't care if you're flat at that point. I don't care if you're break even at that point. I don't care if you're up $1 on the spiders at that point. You are bearish for the entire day. Fair enough? I'm not saying don't wait for a massive pullback in something and buy on an algorithmic support level. But I'm saying in terms of the market, if you see 1.1 million shares or more on the spiders, you're bearish. Okay? You're bearish for the entire day. So I'm also sharing Facebook and Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. And rather, again, I'll let you screenshot the levels. I'd rather talk about it like I am now. I think that's more important. So check it out. If Facebook hits my resistance tomorrow, it's a short. Facebook breaks 196.23, it's a short. Apple. Apple is a little interesting today. Apple is a little more awkward. Yes, Apple will head down with the market or head up. I would rather have you at this point stay away from Apple. I would rather have you stay away. If the market goes down, Apple will go down. I'm saying short something else. Don't short Apple, in my humble technical opinion. Let this one rest because it got upgraded today. And yeah, we did catch a short in it, but for tomorrow, don't touch it. See, I think that brings a lot more value than me just saying Amazon bearish. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Now, maybe Amazon flushes down. Maybe we start heading under 1620 in Amazon, $1,620. I'm insinuating a $71 drop in the name. Okay, pretty bold for Amazon, right? $70 drop. That there's money there. Bullish overall on the swing term, of course. I love the company. It's fundamentally powerful. I think you're going to get a cheaper price to buy this name. Amazon is a good name to short. Netflix is a good name to short. So you know what I'm doing as I'm up 5 figures in Netflix today off yesterday's overnight long from right off the day lows. You know what I said today? And by the way, Netflix popped $26 off yesterday's low. So yeah, Netflix had a good move. That was the one we bought yesterday. If you're part of the Newsbeat live room, you get it in real time. In fact, I talk about what I'm doing before I do it. So you get before I actually place the trade on. It's forget about transparency. I'm actually giving people beat me on my own fills all the time because I do that. This is one you want to short tomorrow. Netflix is okay to short. Google, it's okay. But if you had to choose, if you came to me and you're like, Mark, if the market goes down and I wanted to short any of those five FANG names, the Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, which ones would I pick? I'm going to give you the winners right now. The winner is Facebook, the winner is Amazon, and the winner is Netflix. Fan. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix. Don't do the Google. Don't do the Apple. Do the Facebook, Amazon, Netflix. If you wish to screenshot my levels, I think that brought a little more value of the thoughts behind the chart. You are more than welcome to go ahead and screenshot this now. Okay? So we called the top of Apple in real time. We crushed Netflix off of yesterday's overnight. We talked about 3 scenarios of the market, which all lead to bearishness. Bear if you do, bear if you don't. We talked about the fact that General Electric is back and that it can explode tomorrow. I talked about the first time I'm turning bullish on Bed Bath & Beyond after it dropped about 80% off the recent highs over the past couple years. I'm giving you my precise daily levels. You also want my game plan? Very simple, as I told you. It was General Electric. Not only that, I'm also giving you my Forex trades. So why think? Why think? In the last big trade I had, I nailed Euro US dollar right over here. Here are all my Forex trades, 3 trades. Here are my buys. Here's the size I'm taking in US standard lots. They're all Euro trades, all bullish Euro Aussie dollar, Euro Swiss franc, Euro New Zealand dollar. Here is the price in which I am bidding 5 decimal places out. You get my exact bid. These are open pending orders. None of them are filled. You get my stop loss. Let's say I get filled. Let's say I'm wrong. Notice the take profits are very high on the majority of these. That's because they're all bullish engulfing bars with very nice formations. I actually love these trades. I rarely talk about them. I need to get filled on them to make money. You know exactly what I'm doing ahead of time. You are free to screenshot this as you will. Of course, now, ladies and gentlemen, we get into our full stock analysis. Guess what? Did you enjoy what I did on all the FANG names? As a member of the Newsbeat Live community, I break down every single name you're watching, give you my thoughts, tell you exactly where I personally would buy or sell your security. That usually gives the traders a very good idea of where the key support and resistance levels are. And I do all that and more. We are the fastest growing trading room in the United States of America. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.